Hi there, I am Laurie Delk.
Hello, I am Kathryn Asaro Myers, affectionately known as Rara. How are you, Laurie?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm super awesome, uber awesome, and really excited to talk about tonight's training because it's right up both of our alleys, and it's the time to talk about things when it's kind of hot, right? So I want to say thank you so much for arranging to have our Gratitude Girls training, and for any distributor or customer or friend who's watching tonight. We're going to talk about a subject that will apply to any business, but we will talk about it in our send out cards business. So the subject that we're going to touch upon tonight are promotions, incentives, going for things, finding what ignites you or us, and taking a step right into it. Some people might say jumping into the fire, and I say igniting the fire. So, Laurie, I'll just start with a quick opening sentence. If you are in a business and your business has something to offer your team, your employees, if you're a business owner, if you're in send out cards and you're a distributor, and our company promotes something to us and says, if you do this, this is the incentive that we'll give you. As Steve Schultz said on Monday night, that's the time to look at it. Why not? Why not look at the incentive and promotion when somebody is offering you, if you do this, we'll give you that. So to be really specific, our send out cards company recently offered a promotion starting in the month of October. Some of you watching this might have said, that's me. I went and I did that. And you can speak to us, and we would love to hear from you, and you can speak to our audience about what that was like. I can speak to what happened in the month of November and December. So that's my accomplishment, November and December, with some team members of mine as well. And the importance of an incentive is to believe in yourself and to want the incentive, to have that incentive trigger something in your mind, in your plan, in your dream of, yes, I want that. I'm going to go and do that. And no one has to basically give you a plan. You figure that plan out because it sparked you. So I recently ranked promoted to the prestigious rank of executive, and along with Laurie Delk, now we are both executives. Thank you so much, Laurie, in our company. And this was an awesome, awesome opportunity for all of us, and still is, because our company has kept this promotion. They've extended it. So I'll say something about that. When something inspires you and you take action and you go into action and you create momentum, and the momentum takes you there, when you get a taste of that, you don't want to walk away from that. You want to be in that, and you want others to feel it. So it's not just about me, or you. It's about us as a team. When you help your other team members first, then you will know what that feels like, because you'll see their empowerment. You will have to help them to become empowered. And once they're empowered, that will, in fact, empower you. So, Laurie, you have, over the years, have won and encouraged so many of your team members, and hundreds of people, thousands of people, and myself included. Let's talk a little bit about, what does it take for you to go ahead and hop on an incentive or a promotion or something that the company, our company, will speak about send out cards, because that's, most of the distributors will be watching this. What does it take for you to go ahead and take an action on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, just I'm very competitive, so whenever they do some sort of challenge, to win something, whether it's an award, whether it's to get to a next level, whether it's a trip, something like that, that's the incentive to go, right? That's the incentive to get busy. And then the same thing to, like what you said, to help your team. when you find out from your team what their goals and their dreams are and their incentives of what they want to achieve, and then, you know, you help them along the way. You know, don't do it for them, of course, you know, but you're helping them along the way to, you know, with 3 ways or with even just motivation or accountability, you know, a lot of different things that when they get it, then, you know, that's that like proud mama moment of, you know, that's your team member up on stage winning that award, or, you know that you helped and had a small part, you know, of course it's all them that it took to get there, right? You know, it was their doing, but you just had a little tiny part of that. But that's that proud mama moment, you know, just like when your child, you know, wins something or goes after something and they attain it, you know, you have that proud mama moment. And so, so that's just one thing that I think that, you know, and when you truly want that incentive and you have that heart and that passion to get there, and then you take those action steps to get there. Because the same thing, you can't, you know, one of the philosophies or whatever that I heard somewhere, and it's just kind of stuck with me, but it was, you know, talking about, you know, you can pray for things, right? But then you got to put that action to it. So same thing, like a lot of people talk about the affirmations and doing your affirmations and saying your affirmations and things like that. You can do that all day long, but if you don't take that action, it's not going to happen. So the same thing, you can pray for things all day long, but, you know, like God says that he's going to give every bird a worm, right? But he's not going to throw it into the nest. That bird's got to go out and take that action and go get it. You know, and the same thing with us, we have to take that action, whether it's in that, you know, doing the affirmations or doing the prayers or a mixture of the two or whatever, but you still, either way, whatever you do or whatever you believe, you still have to take those action steps. That's a given no matter what you believe, right?
Yes, thank you so much for that, Laurie. Absolutely. The consistency, one of the strategies that I'd like to share that we used with one of our team members is we knew exactly what was necessary, how many, how much, how long. We had it mapped out. So if we know that you need 2,000 in volume or 10,000 in volume or 50,000 in volume or 100,000 in volume, you break it down to what does that mean? So there's all different ways to look at the numbers for sure. And then you don't stop. So if you say I need 80 marketing bundles, I need 20 marketing bundles, you figure out what you need, you count it, and you don't stop. You don't think, oh, I did it, so I'm done. When you're going for something, you go for it. You go all the way. You just keep going, because what comes from that is that going to the gym and that afterburn, you know, it's that the endorphins are really flying. So we were consistent. We had our eye on the ball. We knew exactly where we were going with it, and we kept track. So, of course, you want to be in the movement part more than you want to be in the administration part, but you certainly need to know what you need to do. So if today is the day that you say, I need a marketing bundle a day for the next 7 days, okay, if you got 6 today, then tomorrow you might decide you don't want one. But I say, if you get 6 today, go and get one tomorrow anyway, and go and get one the next day, because those extra 5 were a gift. So you do what you say you're going to do, and you be consistent. Know what you need, go after it, be accountable to yourself first and foremost, be accountable to someone else. And when you're celebrating yourself, have someone celebrate along with you. And if you're not celebrating yourself, have someone right there beside you so that they can encourage you, inspire you to keep going, because you may lose sight of that prayer that you have. And it's not about praying and wishing. It's about living that prayer, living that moment, living in that moment. You know, Madonna takes her team before their shows, and they celebrate each other about what an awesome show they put on. So think about that. They're in that moment. This is the celebration before the performance even took place. So I recommend consistency. I recommend knowing where you need to go, rewarding yourself every step of the way, and having an incentive within an incentive. So Laurie, what I did is I gave an incentive within the team and said anybody who gets 3 marketing bundles in the month of this 30 days gets a free convention ticket. So in addition to going for the team, for the company incentive, I put out a team incentive as well. So I kind of, you might call that like parlaying it, or you might call that leveraging it. But I felt it was important. It was important to say, hey, if you do this, I know that's going to help you get there. It might get you all the way there. It might get you halfway there. It depends on where you started. But this is what I'm going to give you anyway. And some days, some months, we gave a free lunch for different things. So when you're going for something, find out what the buzz is. I also am very competitive. You put a challenge out in front of me, and I'm going to get there first. Not going to just get there. Sorry. Okay, yeah, thank you for that. Sorry. So the competitiveness is about me getting there right away. I want to be the first one there. And I want to make sure that I'm the one that can say, I did it. Because that's within my own makeup, my own, my competitive edge is to be that early adopter. You don't have to be like that, because it doesn't matter. What do you call an MD? Or what do you call a med student, who finishes, graduates with a D? Doctor. So it doesn't matter. It's how you want to do it. But I do definitely recommend that you have a system in place. I guess I'm losing my voice. Laurie, I'm going to let you talk for a second.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, definitely. You want to have systems in place, and you want to plan, plan to win, right? People in the Olympics, they don't just say, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to win this race. And, they plan to win. They study, they train every day. Somebody that is one of the top, violin players in the world. I remember a story about somebody that said to this one girl and said, I want to be just like you. And she said, no, you don't. Because you won't put in all the hours and all the work and all the studying and all the training that I do to get to where I'm at. I don't train an hour a day or 30 minutes a day. I train 4 to 10 hours a day, every single day. I live, eat, and breathe it. And that's it. When you have that also, then other people see that. Other people see that excitement. They see that passion in you. They see that's part of you, with us in send out cards. I know I've had other people tell me that, but it's a part of my life. I don't just work at certain hours a day. I have lots of people that ask me, how many hours a day do you work, send out cards or whatever? That's really hard to say, because it's a part of my life. I work it all the time. Now, granted, I still put things on my calendar, and I do things. I'm very huge on time blocks and doing things in order and scheduling times, but I'm still like, send out cards is just a part of my life. I might be out to dinner with a friend, but something comes up and I'm like finding ways of how to send out a card, or something comes up in a conversation somewhere, and it just happens to end up going in that direction of how our system can be a great tool for somebody, to help them in their personal life or their business life. And it's not a sales pitch. It's just goes in the flow of just automatically, because that's what we do and live it so much. It just flows into it and allow to show how people can use it in different ways, and not making it like a sales pitch type thing.
You know what's important to you when you get choked up and you can't talk. So the other thing that really helped us, thank you for sharing that, Laurie. The other thing that really helped and helps us is having a time frame. Today is January 23rd. The 31st of January will be the end of a month that we will have accountability for. So if you're doing something in your send out cards business, if you're going for an incentive, if you're creating your own team incentive, have a beginning, have an end, and have checkpoints. So if ever you've seen a race, you know there are checkpoints. You need to refuel. There are points where you need to assess what you're doing and then get right back into it. So I encourage you, don't take my word for it. Don't take our word for it. Test it. Go for an incentive. Put a beginning date, put an end date, put a checkpoint, take an accountability partner, ask someone to give you some ideas on what you can do to reward yourself, and see if there's someone out there who will reward you. Contact me. I'll come up with the reward system for you, and I will help you get there, as I'm sure Laurie will. We will, as the Gratitude Girls, encourage you to make it, I'll go along the way and help you come up with some ideas, because it doesn't have to be someone on your team. It could be someone, and pardon me for losing my voice in the middle of this conversation tonight, but it doesn't have to be someone on your team. It's someone who you resonate with and they resonate with you, and someone who really can turn you into that yes person. So if you are thinking about something and you're not acting on it, then it'll be difficult to go from point A to point B. Once you're done thinking, there will be an action will be required. So regardless of where you are in your send out cards business, if you want to get to the next step, you will need to take an action. No one will push you. No one will drag you. No one will make you feel bad. But you yourself, if you want something, you need to go out there and take the step that feels right for you, and be accountable to you, and definitely reward yourself. Applaud yourself in advance. Do as Madonna does. I always write my rewards out. When I do this, I get this. If it's a goal about something I have to look like, or somewhere I have to go, I'm going to buy myself something. I have a reward on my desk for a pair of jeans that I'm going to buy myself when I do this. I could go buy those pair of jeans tomorrow, but what's the point? The point is I want to achieve this and then do that. I have everything set out. When I hit executive, I'm buying this. Why not buy it before? Because I said that was going to be my reward for myself. So I encourage you to do that. It works for me. It may not work for you, but it definitely does. And I wanted to share, as Laurie wants to share, the things that we do in order to keep ourselves right on the cutting edge. Reward, honor, reward yourself, believe in yourself, and wait for no one. Take your own action, right, Laurie?
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Yeah. And take it that it's your responsibility to, respect yourself, that, that's it. It's not anyone else's fault if you don't get to where that point. You don't want to kick yourself too much if you don't make it, right? Because if you don't make it, you're still farther along more than likely than you would have been if you didn't try to go for it anyway. But also, don't, it's not the company's fault. It's not your sponsor's fault. It's not this person's fault, right? It's you take responsibility and you make it what you want it to be, and you go for it, and you be that responsibility, and respect yourself as well as everyone around you, that is it, that it's you and your accountability to yourself.
Right. When I remember, Laurie, the day I started Send Out Cards. So when you're a team of one, when it's you by yourself, you're thinking, what is that like to have a team? Well, if you're brand new to Send Out Cards and you're watching this and you're talking about what's the incentive? It's me. How am I going to go get a team? Or if you already have a big team and your goals are very lofty and you want, a new team because that's the team that's going to help you get to the next goal. I mean, you love the team you have, but in this business, it's all about, what's next as well. So encourage and nurture and definitely take care of the team that you have. It's important, but you always need to have the next team in play so that you can, especially with our plan, in order for you to rank advance and get paid at that rank, you need to work that particular house that you're in. So I encourage you to know what you're doing. If you're brand new to the business, take the action step. You don't have to worry too much about figuring out all the details, because when you're in the thought process, you're not in the action process. Fear will take you out of action, and action will take you out of fear. But if you do need to speak to someone, Laurie and I will make ourselves available to you. Obviously, you can read everything. Customer support is there for you. But if you want a live conversation about it, or 4 ears instead of 2 ears, we'll be happy to listen to you. I wish everyone the very best of skill set and ability, because you have it within you. And the company is offering this incentive. They've extended it. So please look at it. Why not, as Steve Schultz said, why not look at it? I thank you for your time. And Laurie, I'll pass the show back to you before we close.
Awesome. Thank you. And yes, I just wanted to take this opportunity to say congratulations, Kathryn. So yes, becoming executive, that is such a huge step. And it's only 2 steps away from the highest rank you can get in the company. But it is also a very hard step to get to, that, anybody can do it, but you have to put your mind to it, and you have to really work at it and work with your team to get there. And but I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Laurie. It really is all about the teamwork, and your support means so much to me and to each and every team member that I have. I could never have done it without them. They know who they are. To mention everybody would be exactly what I want to do. So if I don't mention anyone, it's because I don't want to leave anyone out. It's an awesome team effort. And thank you for always being here. And to our viewers who are watching, you can do it. If you believe you can, or if you believe you can't, you're right.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much. And thank you for tuning in with us. We will be here next month with some other different tips and tricks and training for help in your business. Talk to you soon, everyone.
Awesome. Good night.